Hi everyone, I'm Andrew Zena Hayashi, the Asperger King, and today we're going to be reacting to the video How Boring Shit Became Bougie by According to Nicole. Let's get into it.
Last week, I ran out of hand soap in my bathroom. For the last 2 years, I've been rotating through the seasonal Mrs. Meyer scents, which at about $6 a bottle feels a little bit like a splurge, especially considering that soft soap or whatever store brand is like $2. But I like the scents, they last a while, and it's a tiny luxury that makes me happy. So, screw it.
You do you, I guess.
I had heard a few people talking about this other brand that I had meant to check out the next time I needed to refill. Apparently, it smells really nice and is gentle on your skin and yada yada yada. It's called Aesop, so I looked it up. And apparently, a single 16-ounce bottle of this shit is $58.
Holy shit.
$58.
I'm not wasting my money on that shit.
Could I spend $58 on a bottle of hand soap if I really wanted to? Sure, I guess. Would this one purchase negatively affect my finances or life in any material way? Honestly, no. But that's not really the point. The point is that it's just soap. It's going to literally be washed down the drain, and so whether or not I can afford it, it kind of just seems wasteful to spend $58 on a small bottle of soap.
Kind of wasteful.
There's no reason it should cost that much. And the only reason it does is because having this little amber-colored glass bottle sitting at the edge of your sink has somehow become a status symbol. Needless to say, I'm sticking with Mrs. Meyer, but all of this got me thinking about how strange our shopping habits have become in recent years. About how I'm not a bougie person at all. Somehow turned into status symbols. And
I find bougie people fucking cringe.
For most of modern history, status symbols have been obvious. Things like luxury cars, designer clothes, expensive jewelry, and the newest tech products. These were expensive items.
I don't buy any of that shit.
Because they required wealth. Or, I guess,
waste of money.
That's your thing. But over the last decade or two, our idea of luxury has begun to change. Now every product, no matter how small or mundane, comes with an expectation of grandeur and an opportunity to show others that we not only have expensive tastes, but that we can afford to indulge ourselves. Bougie shit has always existed, but
I don't care about looking rich.
Bougie. We have $400 Bluetooth toothbrushes that use AI to map the surface of your teeth.
Why would anybody buy that? That's such a waste of money.
We have $200 trash cans that look like they were engineered by Apple.
Oh my god.
$60 water bottles that people start fistfights over.
Fucking Stanley cups.
Kettles that look more like high-end home decor than
I don't have one of them.
Notebooks full of blank white pages that cost $25 or more.
Why would anybody buy a book with nothing written in it? That's fucking stupid and a waste of money.
All these products are made to feel super premium. They offer immediate, if you know brand recognition.
Fuck brand recognition. I don't give a shit about brands.
And let's be real. Compared to diamonds and yachts, these are all really insignificant purchases. But in a way, they're exactly the same because the sentiment that would cause someone to spend $200,000 on a car is the exact same sentiment that would cause them to spend $300 on a toaster. Because
idiots.
These things are expensive, mostly just for the sake of being expensive, and that's the whole point. But how did we go from cars and boats to toothbrushes and hand soap? Traditional status symbols used to be seen as aspirational by the middle class. People often spent years fantasizing about being able to afford their dream car or maybe a fancy purse or watch. But today, with the middle class basically non-existent and essentials like housing and groceries and, in America, healthcare becoming so unaffordable for so many, a Rolex isn't even on most people's radar.
I don't give a fuck shit about watches. I don't have any watches. My phone has a watch in it.
After they checked all the boxes of adulthood. But many of those milestones have now been significantly delayed, if not entirely erased, for millennials, Gen Zs, and the younger generations. The job market today is trash.
Oh my goodness.
The average person who's currently looking for work has to submit up to 200 applications.
People are being fired everywhere.
It's roughly 10 times more than in 2016 and 20
by
times
the
more
thousands.
than in 2000. Even once they land a job, most people's salaries today are lower than they were 50 years ago once you adjust for inflation.
That's not
job
good.
Security is nothing like it used to be, which is to say that simply having a degree isn't necessarily the path to Easy Street that it once was, and that's not even touching on student debt. Combine that with the cost of housing, which has shot up at a rate completely disproportionate to people's incomes, and you can easily see why people are struggling to advance forward.
I'm lucky that I'm renting a cheap house off my aunt.
Tile Survive has to be one of the most relaxing and comforting games of 2026. There's no pressure, and it's super easy to play. You don't need to stay online all day, and there's no endless grinding either. Just hop in whenever you feel like it.
Just achieving a basic level of stability is a feat in itself. So what used to be standard, things like having a good job, a house with a yard, and being financially secure, has become aspirational. And what used to be aspirational, like a sports car or a designer bag or a vacation home, has become outlandish. But even still, people's desire to spoil themselves, indulge in luxury, and show off has never gone away. So status symbols prevail.
Idiots.
They've just got smaller. Like, maybe you'll never drive a Jag, but you can splurge on an aesthetically
I want to get a Toyota Supra.
Maybe a shopping spree at Hermes isn't in your future, but some $58 hand soap could be. Boring shit has become bougie so that you can look and feel like you're wealthy without actually being wealthy. And best of all is that when you're excited about your free-range, cruelty-free, organic toilet paper, you're more likely to overlook the grotesque level of systemic economic oppression that has led to you being excited about free-range, cruelty-free, organic toilet paper.
But
Small
still good
splurges
quality.
keep poor people from recognizing how poor they are. And that's the key to maintaining the status quo and keeping the masses pacified. It's giving, let them eat cake. Now, speaking of getting screwed, let's take a second to talk about your privacy. One of the biggest issues with consumer goods today is how many of them are secretly collecting and selling your personal information. It turns out that tech companies make more money selling your data to third-party data brokers than they do selling their own products, which is wild. But what that means for you is that your name, address, phone number, occupation, workplace, and even information about your relatives are being made available to anyone who has an internet connection and credit card. And as for what someone may do with that information, well, they can scam you, harass you, dox you, or steal your identity.
Once I have more money, maybe I'll get
use it to discriminate against you. It's no joke. And that's precisely why I've been using today's sponsor, Delete Me, for the last 2 years now to help keep my private information private as it should be.
Once I have more money, I'll get Delete Me.
It scans the internet and continuously removes your data from anywhere it doesn't belong. Then they send you a quarterly report showing you what they found, where they found it, and confirming that it's been removed. Delete Me has been the leading expert in personal identifiable information removal for the last 15 years, and they were recently named the #1 data removal service by Wirecutter. So head over to joindeleteme.com/Nicole or scan this QR code and use the code Nicole to get 20% off, and a big thanks to Delete Me for sponsoring this video. I've talked about this before, but I wholeheartedly believe that the reason there hasn't been a massive revolt by the working class is simply because our stupid monkey brains are too easy to be distracted. It's like giving aluminum foil to crows. Tiny luxuries combined with easy access to consumer debt has made it incredibly easy for people to live as though they are several tax brackets higher than they truly are. And in some cases, to even convince themselves that it's true. Well, I wish this wasn't the case.
There has
always been a certain degree of shame associated with poverty, not to mention a heavy dose of FOMO. If poor people walked around every day feeling embarrassed of their situations and like they were missing out on everything, there's a pretty good chance that they would organize and collectively demand change by any means necessary. But how poor do you really feel when your cookware matches your manicure, or your fridge is stocked with $20 bottles of cold-pressed juice from Whole Foods? You just charge everything to a credit card or buy it with Klarna and
I don't have credit cards and I don't use Klarna.
Because in the past, status symbols were things that rich people bought to show off to other rich people.
That's what poor people do.
Status symbols are things that normal working class people buy to show off to each other. Because the truly wealthy are on a different planet entirely.
Yeah.
They're buying political influence and private islands where they grow little kids. They're not arguing about water bottles.
Pedophiles.
And so companies aim downwards at all of us normies because there are so many more of us than there are of them. And if you can convince millions of regular people to upgrade their dish soap, you'll make a hell of a lot more money than just trying to sell yachts to a few dozen pedophiles. And to be clear, none of this means you're stupid for liking nice things. I like nice things. You like nice things. We all do.
I do like
Our brains
nice
are wired
things.
to enjoy beauty and novelty and comfort. There's nothing wrong with buying things that make you feel good. But the problem is when those things stop being treats and start being expectations. When a normal water bottle feels embarrassing or a basic kettle feels shameful. When $58 soap starts to seem reasonable because everyone on TikTok has it.
I'm not wasting my money on water bottles and soap.
You have a problem. That's how lifestyle inflation creeps in. Not just through one big purchase, but through thousands of tiny ones. An extra $20 here, an extra $50 there. And suddenly you're spending hundreds more every month on things that don't actually improve your life in any meaningful way.
Yeah.
And speaking of TikTok, social media has done nothing but fan the flames of this shit show. Your home used to be your private space that was mostly only ever seen by immediate family and friends. So what was in your fridge, or what appliances sit on your counter, or what brand your bathroom towels were was irrelevant because it was no one's business but yours. No one really saw them. But in the age of Instagram and TikTok, oversharing is the norm, and nothing is private anymore. We have people doing get ready with me videos showing what brand of underwear they wear and what type of skincare they use. We have kitchen organization content showing everything that's in your pantry. And so, of course, it all has to be perfectly displayed in aesthetically pleasing labeled containers. I mean, if your jar of trail mix doesn't say trail mix, then how would you know it's trail mix, right?
Yeah.
We have house tours and cooking tutorials and all sorts of other content that is normalized letting the public into our private spaces. And I'm not even saying there's anything wrong with making or watching this type of stuff. But
I don't make or watch those kind of videos. They bore me.
It gives people a reason to try to signal that they're someone they're not. And this goes both for content creators and viewers. Like, if I was to make a house tour video, which I actually have in the past, it means that all of you get a chance to judge me based on what I own.
I might do a video like that one day.
On a subconscious level, if not a fully intentional
as a members only
video, you will
video.
also be comparing yourself and your belongings to me and mine. Even in these types of videos where I'm just sitting here and talking to the camera, I've had people identify items from my background and leave judgy comments. Actually, in both directions, which is kind of funny. I've been called poor and cheap for having an inexpensive coffee table from IKEA, but I've also been called
most of my furniture I found on the street and took home.
It genuinely makes me laugh
because I like
they
free
weren't even
shit.
that expensive, and I'm not quite sure how spending my own money on something makes me spoiled, but that's fine. My point is that for a lot of people, the things they buy are no longer just for themselves. They're now also an opportunity to posture to the public. And if I cared what you thought, I might be inclined to do the same. But I don't.
Do you know how amazing it is?
I need to get this one day.
It can give you a smoother shave than your wife's, leaving no stubble. Developed jointly by a renowned razor brand team.
Honestly, to me, the most wild part of all of this is how quickly our brains have normalized it. Like, 10 years ago, a $60 water bottle sounded insane. But
I would never spend $60 on a water bottle.
Software to run your fridge or your car would have sounded like a joke, but now we just shrug and enter our credit card number because we always want to feel like we have the best of everything. But to be honest, and I don't want this to sound like it's all doom and gloom, but it is kind of sad, isn't it? Because the reason these little luxuries matter so much to people is only because bigger luxuries feel impossible. I mean, I hasn't even call housing and food a luxury, but I think you know what I mean. I don't think there's a single person out there who truly values premium candles and stationery more than they value owning a home or having a dignified retirement. But for so many people, those things just don't seem realistic anymore. So they buy soap and candles and notebooks and water bottles and whatever else they can to feel like
what a bunch of idiots wasting their money on useless junk.
It's understandable, but it's also exactly how our consumer economy keeps humming along as wages stagnate and inequality grows. It's easier to sell someone a $58 bottle of soap than it is to give them a $30,000 raise. It's easier to design a high-tech trash can than it is to fix housing policy. It's easier to convince people to compete over aesthetics than to question why they even feel the need to compete at all. And that's how boring shit became bougie. If you like this video, like the video, subscribe for more. You can follow me.
I'm not one of those kind of people.
Don't forget to check out Delete Me. I'll link it below, or you can just scan this QR code right here. And leave me a comment and let me know your thoughts on all of this. I'm really curious to know, in your own personal life, what the most boring bougie item is that you have. Like, what's something that's super mundane and unimpressive that you spent probably a little too much money on? And what was your motivation behind doing that? I'll be totally honest, I'm embarrassed to admit this, but right now I'm eyeing a cutting board for my kitchen that is obscenely expensive, and I have not yet pulled the trigger on it. I'm really having a hard time justifying it, but I really want it. I'd use it every day, but it's a cutting board and it's a lot of money. Anyways, that's all I got for you guys in this one. Thank you so much as always for watching. Take care, and I'll see you next time.
Well, that's it for today's video, everyone. Please like the video, comment. Remember to subscribe to my channel. I'm trying to make YouTube into a profitable career for myself, so if you could help me out by subscribing to my channel, that would be great. It's free and it's easy to do and only takes a second. Thank you everyone who's already subscribed to my channel. I greatly appreciate it. Thank you. Peace out. See you in the next video. Bye.